Hello, amazing followers of Australia. Alidu, how are you all? I know it's been a while since you last saw us, and from now on, this immigration hour is gonna be fortnightly, and it will happen from 8 to 8:45 as usual, but it's gonna be fortnightly. Uh, so yeah, let's just welcome our guest, Saurabh Smar from Global Vision Migration. Hi, Saurabh. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for the introduction, Ashu. Yes, so we are back again, with our live sessions, providing information, updates, and all those latest news. So yeah, I miss these sessions. It's been a while. Haven't done these live sessions. So let's hope that we'll try to continue to do these sessions moving forward. And as you all know, guys, that it's a very short session, so feel free to put in your any inquiries, any comments, etc. So we want to keep it as interactive as possible. Most importantly, as you guys all know me, so my name is Saurabh Samar. I'm a registered migration agent with Global Vision Migration, and so we have office in Melbourne and Canberra. And you must have noticed on our social media that we have received quite a number of PR grants recently as well, invitations for 189, 190. So yes, we do deal in all sort of visas, and feel free to post any questions and comments as well, and we'll try our best to answer that for you.
So, guys, you know the drill. Post your questions, whatever you have with regards to migration or education or moving to Australia in general, with regards to any sorts of visas. And Saurabh will be more than happy to answer your questions. And I don't know if you guys remember our ritual. Every week we used to actually ask Saurabh about the positive news, and then he used to share some positive news with us. So, and that way we would actually get positive vibes, and then we used to hope for the best, right? So same way we're gonna do it again. So Saurabh, please share with us what all happened in the last 1 month actually.
Perfect. So yeah, in the last 1 month, we have received quite a number of invitations and PR grants as well, and a lot of skill assessments. Have we have received a positive response for those as well. The best thing I could say is in the last 1 month is that the invitation round happened for 189 visas. So we had a lot of clients, who are currently were back in overseas, or some of them were actually in Australia itself. So we wake up, the next morning, and then we realize that we have received around more than 12 invitations for a lot of candidates. There are some of them were actually in Australia, some of them overseas, so various occupations as well, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, etc., as well as the early childcare teachers. So that's the course that I've always been telling a lot of people on this platform as well, how good that course is, and you can become an early childcare teacher and be eligible to apply. And those people actually managed to get invitation, early childcare teacher. We also received another round that happened last week, surprisingly, where early childcare teacher received invitation at 65 points, at a bare minimum 65 points. No work experience, no nati, and no PT in 8 each. As you can see, some occupations does not require higher points. So that's what exactly, I was, my client heard, listened to me last year, and he did that course. And now he, as soon as we got his skill assessment, he straight away we applied for his invitation, and then within a week he got the 189 invite. So you can't get luckier than this. He did bachelor's of accounting, by the way, and you know how stressful and hard it is for accountants right now.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that it actually worked out really well for him. So this is one of the positive news. Another, like, there was another invitation for a business analyst at 105 points for 189 visa, and the person actually had a quite a good amount of work experience, etc. So yes, there is a bit of we have received quite a number of invitations as well as invitations from New South Wales 190 as well, and so does from Victoria. Victoria has recently invited accountants as well. So we have received accountants 190. People had varying points from 90 to up to 100 points, including state points as well. So yes, so we did receive quite a number of invites for accountants, 189, 190, etc. So yeah, so that's the the beauty of this industry, where out of nowhere the department started to give out invitations for 189 visas. So let's hope that we do get this new information, and then that will be beneficial for a lot of people.
Thank you so much for sharing such positive news with all of us, Saurabh, and congratulations for Global Vision Migration. Wherein your clients have received many visas. I think it's actually picking up, right? The game. More people are receiving invites right now.
Yes. So yes, people are actually getting quite good number of invitations as well. Various occupations, even I've heard accountants, sitting at 100 plus points, received 189 invitations as well. So as you can see, yes, invites are coming through as well, and a lot of people are actually eligible to apply for 189, 190, etc. So yes, it's a good step, towards obtaining permanent residency in Australia.
Okay, that's great. So Saurabh, we've been hearing that all these temporary resident visas are no longer required to take medicals and stuff. So, what are your comments on
Yes.
that?
Yes. So yesterday there was what the department has done is, they have done a streamlined processing of temporary visa applicants who are already in Australia. So, say for example, for people who are currently in Australia and they've applied for a student visa, student guardian visa, they have applied for a visitor visa, temporary graduate visa, temporary skill shortage visa, or they've applied for New Zealand family relationship, retirement, 408 visa, 407 training visa. So, most of the temporary visas, if they've applied for such visas and they do not fall under the some exceptional circumstances, such as if they are 75 years plus, or if they had if they're going to be working in a childcare or in a hospital, etc., they don't have to undergo medicals, and these arrangements are in place until early 2023. So the department will going to reassess the situation early next year, and then they will provide more information in relation to that as well.
Okay, that's great. So, followers, whoever have actually received grants in the last 1 week or last 1 month, please feel free to share your story as well with how many points you've received the invite and what is your occupation, so that all the other followers will also get some idea. And whatever questions you have, please feel free to actually comment down, and then Saurabh will be more than happy to answer your questions. So without any further ado, let's get into some comments. First comment
Sure.
is actually from Ranjit Palaniappan. So his question is, when is the next Western Australia 190 round?
So normally what I've seen is they always do a round on the third Thursday of a month. So third Thursday is tomorrow. So let's hope that they do a WA round, and we get to see some positive response from the government and some good news in relation to the invitations. So hopefully tomorrow is the round, Ranjit, and then let's hope for the best.
Hope that answers your question, Ranjit. All the very best. Next up, we have Shahid. Hi, sir. When will the next round of Western Australia, South Australia, and Victoria happen?
I think Western Australia, we've already answered that as well. South Australia is quite random as well. And if you do meet the requirements, you can go ahead and proceed with the nomination application too. However, Victoria is also quite random. So far, we haven't seen any invitation round from Victoria in this week itself. No invitation so far. But they are really quick in processing your nomination application. So if you have received pre-invitation and you applied for the nomination, you can get a really quick outcome really quickly. I've seen they have actually our recent nomination approval. We applied on Friday, and Monday morning we get the outcome. So that was so quick from Victoria. And another thing that we have seen is, say for example, when it comes to, say for Victoria state nomination, they their invitation rounds are quite random. So they actually do the rounds when they feel like it, as you can say. At the start of the program, they invited people, quite frequently, like every week itself. Now they have actually maybe slowed down a bit. Maybe they're going to do it every fortnightly, because the more they send the invitations, then they have to process those nomination applications as well. So maybe that's why they are slowed down a bit, because they invited a lot of people. Now they're processing those nominations, etc. But so far there has not been any round yet for this week, and let's hope that they do another round very soon.
Fingers crossed. Next we have Prithvi. He says, "Hi, I've been living in New South Wales regional since last 2 years and working as agricultural consultant since 1.5 years and have positive assessment. According to the new 491 updates, do not have 54,000 income. So am I still eligible to apply for 491?"
Yeah, that's the thing, is if you don't meet that, because they have clearly specified their requirements, and if you don't meet that particular requirement, then you might not be eligible. But also another option is that if that you can apply for the RDA directly, and RDAs are quite flexible, Chaudhary. What I've done is, we have actually, I am not, I think last to last financial year, we had this particular client contacted us. Her occupation was not actually available in particular RDA. However, she managed to get a job as a pastry cook in that particular RDA, and pastry cook wasn't available in that particular RDA. So what I did is I actually contacted the manager of the RDA, and I spoke to her that, look, I can see that in your RDA, in your authority, there is a requirement, and we have a client. She's got a job and all that stuff. So we discussed the case with them, and then and then we managed to get the invitation for 491 from that particular RDA, even though the occupation wasn't available. So yes, there are some options. There are various different options available. So I should suggest you that, if you do need to seek further details, feel free to get in touch with us, and then we are more than happy to see, what we can do in your scenario.
All the very best, Prithvi. Hope you contact Saurabh and get the help that you need. Thanks. Next, we have Rakesh. He's asking, can you please suggest for the skill assessment with masters in pharmacy in India, and is it hard?
So what I've seen is people who studied pharmacy from overseas, they would need to they need to clear the exams, as well, to become a pharmacist in Australia. However, those exams, I've heard from our clients, some of them have actually managed to pass their exams in first attempt, and they do advise that's, yes, it is quite hard to get the to clear that exam. However, a lot of people also look into different occupation as well. There is an industrial pharmacist, etc. So that's the thing as well. Be very careful, as you know that that occupation is not that easy to get the assessment in. Maybe you should look for different options as well. There are some options available where you can actually be able to apply, in a different occupation using the same qualification.
So he has a continuous question for us, Saurabh. He's asking, can I claim for the contract employment on TFN? I do not have annual leaves. What if I take 2 months of leaves for 1 year employment? Can I still claim that experience?
So we cannot, as I said, at the start of the session, that we cannot provide, um, you know, personalized information. That this session is only for education purpose, so we'll only be able to provide generalized information. What I can say, for example, scenarios. If you want to claim points for an employment, you must be employed at 28 hours per week for at least 52 weeks. And if you are not employed for that the whole duration, certainly, you won't be able to claim points. So that's how the points claim, how the points are claimed when it comes to your employment.
Next, hope that answers your question, Rakesh. To get into details of your personal uh, personal information, I would suggest you to get in touch with Saurabh directly. You can see their email address in the scrolling below. It's info@gvm.com.au, and you can contact Saurabh on the numbers that are displayed below as well. Thank you so much. Next, we have Anil. He's asking, hi Saurabh, my 186 direct entry visa and nomination lodged on August 24th from Queensland as a mechanical engineer. Due to the current global processing times changing, I'm planning to bring my wife as a visitor. Would it be possible to bring her from overseas, or is there any impact on my 186? Please suggest. Thank you.
So, say for example, if you talk about the visitor visas, yes, currently visitor visas are currently being granted from overseas as well. People are getting visitor visas on the basis of either coming to watch cricket, World Cup, or even to meet their family members, etc. So yes, there are options available to bring your family members to Australia. However, you can lodge as many applications with the department as much as you are eligible for it, and there is no impact on either of the applications. However, people need to understand as well um, that when you're applying for a visitor visa, that you must meet the genuine temporary entrant requirement, that you're only going to be coming to Australia for a short period of time, and you are a genuine temporary entrant, and you will go back to your home country once you are actually finished your travel, tourist, etc. So those are the things that you need to be very careful about. And the department doesn't want to grant visas to people, visitor visas to people who intend to stay in Australia permanently. So that's very important as well when it comes to visitor visas.
Hope that answers your question, Anil. He has a continuation question wherein he's asking, looks like government is ignoring employer nomination right now. Are they prioritizing 189 and 190?
Yeah, looks like they are actually prioritizing 189 and 190 at this point of time. As we have seen a lot of 189 in visa application that we launched last week itself, and this week the case officer gets allocated, asking for medicals and the police clearances from overseas, etc. So yes, they are kind of prioritizing those applications. However, we have seen some of the 186 applications have started to move as well, as the requests have come through for medicals and the police clearances for some people who have been waiting for quite a while on their 186 visas.
Hope that answers your question, Anil. Thank you so much for contacting us. Next, we have Sachin Wadhwa. He's asking occupation 222 financial investment advisor, 70 points SC 190 in New South Wales and 85 SC 491 in South Australia. As offshore, more than 5 years of experience. What are the chances in New South Wales and South Australia? Or should I change to SC 491 in New South Wales where points will be 8?
I think he was saying 80 points.
Yes.
um so so what I can say is, yes, New South Wales, they have started to invite people for 190 as well as 491, provided you do meet those requirements, provided that you are currently have those you are meeting those particular set of criteria as prescribed by them for particular occupation. And if you have those kind of points and that amount of work experience, you can certainly be eligible to apply for those state nominations. However, when it comes to South Australia, the thing is different. You know what I mean? For offshore people, we haven't seen many invitations so far yet. However, New South Wales has invited a lot of people from overseas. I would suggest, because they have just started inviting people, just wait and watch. And if you do meet those requirements, Sachin, you certainly will be in the right pathway to get the invitation soon. And if you do require any further information, you can certainly send us a private message on our Facebook page, and our team will be more than happy to assist you.
Thank you for contacting us today, Sachin. Next, we have Chetu. He's asking, hi, when I applied for 189, I was offshore. Now I'm in Australia. So do I need to update my 189 to onshore?
Um, so, say for example, the thing is, if someone has applied for any visa overseas, that visa is considered applied overseas. There is nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is, if your circumstances do change, you must notify the department within 14 days. That means if your email address, your home address, your phone number does change, make sure you do notify them within 14 days of such change. If that's what your question implies, then that's exactly how people should do it. They should update their details as soon as they are aware of them.
Hope that answers your question, Chetu. Thank you so much for commenting today. Next, we have Mohammad Mustafa. Hi, there a bit of confusion, sir. I am a metal fabricator with 2 years of full-time experience and also positive skill assessment as well. I'm on 408 bridging A. My points are 50. What to do next? Thank you.
Metal fabricator is a very good occupation. Someone with a skill assessment as a metal fabricator and with 2 years of experience, with low points, obviously people should look for 491 option as well, or you should look for employer nomination scheme subclass 186. So with subclass 186, it's an employer nomination, it's a direct permanent residency. You do not need points for this visa. You need to have at least six each or competent English, either in IELTS or PT. You need to have a skills assessment in your occupation. Occupation must be in MLTSL list. And you need to have at least 3 years of full-time work experience at a skill level. And for 186, obviously you need an employer who's willing to sponsor you. So if you do have that much experience, Mohammed, I would suggest look for different options. If you don't want to go with 491, I would suggest look for options such as 186 employer nomination scheme, where the points doesn't really matter, and then you can actually be able to get the employer sponsorship through that.
Hope that answers your question, Mohammed. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact Saurabh directly by the numbers that are scrolling below or on their Facebook page. Thank you so much. Next, we have Syed. He's asking, hello, sir, how are you? I'm in Melbourne, just completed my master's. So my question is, shall I move to regional or stay in Melbourne and start my professional year? What would be the best way for PR? Thank you.
So, say for example, for Syed Sadat, um, say if we just talk about, so let's talk about generally about professional year program. So as a lot of people do know that that yes, IT graduates have to do professional year program, because that's one way of getting a skill assessment, or if they do have 1 year of work experience after qualifications, then they don't need to do professional year program. And accounting graduates can also do professional year program, and engineering graduates can do that as well. However, doing a professional year itself will also give you extra 5 points. And if you do a professional year program from some particular institutes, they also some offers guaranteed job as well. They prepare you to get the job, and then you can actually get a job for at least 1 year and then be able to claim extra 5 points too. Sometimes doing a professional year from a different state also gives you another benefit, such as if you do it from Canberra, will give you extra 5 points towards the matrix, as it considered 1 year of 1 year of studies in Canberra. So yes, studying PY is important. It will give you extra points. What's more important is where you actually study that from, which state or territory. So that's very important as well. And when it comes to hairdressers is a short-term skill occupation list. That means when only makes you eligible for 190 or a 491 visa. So certainly, if you are aiming to apply for such visas, you will also have to have enough work experience to be eligible to get a skill assessment. So that's another hurdle that people have to go through after studying this particular course to be eligible to get the skill assessment. So yes, there are some options available for various occupations as well. Doesn't matter if you're a hairdresser, doesn't matter if you're a cook, chef, software engineer, a business analyst, or an accountant. Yeah, there are options available. It's just you need to choose what fits the best for you.
Hope that answers your question, Syed. Thank you so much for commenting today. So, Saurabh, what do you think are the courses that students after finishing their masters have to also opt for? In order to be eligible for a PR with lesser points.
Perfect. So say for example, some occupations that have received invitations at lesser points are, early childcare teachers. As I, always explain to a lot of our viewers as well on this platform, that there is a course available in Melbourne, graduate diploma of early childcare. So if you do complete that course, you are actually eligible to get a skill assessment as an early childcare teacher. And in order for you to get a skill assessment from AITSL for that particular course, you need to do the course and you need to also meet the English proficiency. When it comes to English proficiency, either it's an 8778 in IELTS academic, or you can also do a 4 years of bachelor level above qualification. So that's another advantage, of doing such a short course, which that makes you eligible to apply for permanent residency. Once you do get a skill assessment in such occupations, you can actually get an apply for 189, 194, and one. I've also seen social workers and civil engineering draft persons. So this is another occupation where you don't need a work experience, civil engineering draft person. So these people do a short advanced diploma of civil construction design, and then they can actually be eligible to apply for permanent residency as a civil engineering draft person. So that those are the few occupations that people can actually be managed to get the skill assessment done. And trade courses, yes, they are. What I've seen is in the month of August, a lot of chefs receive invitation at 70 points or less for 189. So yes, the chances of getting invitations are quite higher for such occupations. And if you are in this kind of situation, I would suggest is to look for different options itself, and then you certainly be able to apply for permanent residency as well, once you do get the skill assessment in these kind of occupations.
Thank you so much for clarifying that, Sarah. Yeah, so viewers, if you have any other questions, please feel free to comment down below, and Saurabh will be more than happy to answer your questions.
Perfect. Yeah. So far, we did receive quite a number of questions, and then pretty much most of the people are interested to know, what the trend is for 189, 190, and 491 visas, etc. So yes, people are getting invitations. That's what's important. That's what people wants to know, that they are not just wasting time here in Australia. They are getting what they are actually seeking.
Yeah.
So yes, and I think we can. It's already 8:34, and we can finish the session with a good note. That yes, let's hope that the more invites do flow through, and then we would come back again with more positive news and more updates in relation to Australian immigration.
So, guys, thank you so much for today's session. Hope you've found answers for your questions, and for those of you who has missed today's session, don't worry, we'll be back again in the next, not next Wednesday and that next Wednesday. So this session is going to be running fortnightly from hereafter, and you can prepare what you want to ask Saurabh, and then he would be more than happy to answer your questions. And also, as you know, for Australia Aludu followers, if you use a coupon code AUS Aludu, AUSALLUDU, you get a 25% discount on migration consultation with Global Vision Migration and Saurabh Smar. So feel free to use this coupon code and get an appointment with Saurabh, and then feel free to ask your questions in person directly as well. So thank you so much. Have a lovely night, and thank you so much for such an amazing session, Saurabh.
Okay, thank you so much, Ashu, and thank you so much, viewers, for joining us today. I hope you guys have a lovely afternoon.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely night. Thanks. Bye. See you next time.